Well, how are y'all doing? Now we're talking to Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius, I hope y'all doing and having a fine evening. And I hope y'all living to what you want and not letting life just pass you by. Because it can easily go so fast as it comes. And also black magic, I ask it to be pulled down immediately. Spirit, knock it down as soon as it comes in the room. Evil eye or whatever it shall be. Also ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Metron to assist me and guide me as I do this reading and protection. Let's see what is going down with you now, Sag. Now you need to get out your. Somebody need to put their grown undies on. You want to be grown. You want to walk out there and you're talking trash to your mama. You're telling your mama what's up. And your daddy. I don't need your mouth. I don't need nothing. But then you over here crying on the corner and you don't want me to put no names out. But somebody's kid got outrageous, but now they're crying and they will be home. So I'm just going to let you know. Some children go through it and they put you through it and they might try to knock you through there. But somebody's child will be going home. So I'm giving you a message. Because they just didn't understand why y'all was, you just let them go, they want that tough. They wanted to feel that how to fall on their face, See, someone was falling, for, and they were falling apart and didn't want to change. And some children do not want to change. In this particular child, and sometimes it took a wake-up call. 25, it was a wake-up call this week. Somebody's experiencing it. You could be a youngster. What I was just saying, as I'm challenging as I go, alleged entertainment purposes only. There's a wake-up call coming in the situation. And you need to learn to follow your own good advice. Somebody could have 10 or something in the birthday or 10th day. You need to follow your own advice, though. What you've been preaching, step on it. You've been preaching that you want to make a stand, you want to do right, but then you go through a wake up call and you say this, I'm changed, but you gotta listen to some wise advice. If I said I was doing it, change, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna walk into the next room with faith. Cross watcher, or for this Sagittarius or whoever needs to hear this, and I'm gonna step up on my game of growing up and being more responsible. And this is allegedly, not to tell you what to do. Somebody was just hiding the low. Hey, you can't always pet them. You gotta show them on through there. The Medea come out of your butt in the Medea in a good way. Someone said they needed a neutral conversation. See, 37. See, someone just needed to have that neutral conversation, where we get on the understanding page, this week. Because there's going to be it says follow the white rabbit. See, there's someone wants to, that you need to follow the white rabbit that's coming across, and, they're getting communication to follow, and they want to follow after others, the crowd, to make themselves, but look, we're all mad now, 23 and older, because they followed the crowd. Now you're mad because you decided to go follow the crowd. Wasn't nobody's fault. When you decide to be rebellious, you also got to learn what I was told a long time ago. If I step off that porch and I'm acting like I'm ready to go in there and fight like I'm supposed to, like I'm ready in the war, whatever, and defend what side I gotta defend. But I defend myself being truthful with thyself before I make a move. Because sometimes if I don't understand what's going down in front of me, I'm going to make a bad move and we're all going to be mad, because then we're all going to lose. Won't be no winners. Won't be no new world to change and get into better things, because we'll all be extinct from our temper and our attitude. So sometimes we all have to learn our lessons and our karma our own way. So sometimes being mad, you need to tone that down, because I ain't mad, I'm cool, I learned my lesson, that's what I do. You learn your lessons and you don't have to do it over. Sag or cross watcher. You know, somebody says rehab. Somebody's going to get pulled over and might get in trouble for, you know, doing extra on them streets. You need to put down them drinks and put down them DRUGXs, because you're going to get a stop. You're going to stop you and you're going to go to jail and you're going to get a DUI and you're going to be all in that. So somebody needs to chill. You know, put down all that toxic stuff, you know, because they waiting on you. They waiting on you to pull off, because they know. See, this is an Indian man, could be involved too. They're waiting on you to do this. Okay, they waiting on you to crawl up in that. Well, if you want to, what's up, homie? What we gonna go in the dub? We gonna crawl together? We gonna crawl together? No, we ain't fighting together, because I'm leaving you behind, because I ain't going to jail, because I don't want to be decent and grow up. This person, he the ones who's going to be follow the crowd, or you going to go down them bars with the rest of the crowd go, you know. No, I don't follow. I changed my life. That's what someone need to know this week. Something's a little sensitive, because it's kind of like this. Sometimes we don't realize we need help, and then you get stopped, and later on you knew you didn't want to listen, and it's in the forecast. So sad, and it's sensitive. Look, you can see it for yourself. You didn't want to listen. Didn't want to put down the drinks. You know, so putting down things that hurt people, and it's going to cause a confrontation. You know, so you need to watch out. You know, it says give your relationship a chance. You know, because there's some warrants going out. Something was hiding in somebody's house, and warrants is going out. Something was hiding. So some warrants are going to be going out, because something was hiding in somebody's house. What else is going on? Ooh, somebody hiding something. It says like violence will not help you. Violence is not going to help you. Just note that. So if you're thinking you're mad, if you need to go sit down. It says someone from the past life is here on the way to help you. Somebody with a JH in the name from the past life is coming to help you. It says do not back down to your opponent, because they're not going to back down to you. You know, but being true to yourself, and then you'll get it. What else is going down allegedly? So you got to control your temper. Something about somebody with the name Heal. Could have Heal in there, or Heal in the name. Something that says, why would you mess around with your niece, your sister, your cousin? So you sleeping around with your niece, your sister, your cousin. Oh, come on now. We ain't doing all that incest stuff going on. So that's why you did all that, this man or lady, because you was doing incest. See, now the whole world really needs to know the real story, why this is going on. Yes, this was your soulmate. The whole world needs to know the real story of what happened here. You know, with these baby kids that was bad as hell. You know, they need to know. And what do you need to release at this time? You know, something about somebody 2000, something about back in 2000, something you need to release. You need a tarot card reading. You know, because you need to watch out for this. There's somebody about this case, you know, trying to put a case on you. They try to put a dub on you. Drink some water. Not a doctor. Drink some water. Me not a doctor, y'all. Okay? Young man or lady. Okay? Like, share, and subscribe.